Hey, my name is Eli. I lead product design for Markey. In this video, I'll be showing you some pro tips with Markey. We'll be covering things like snippets, some of the business preferences you can set, more generate options, and also some topic options. So let's start off with snippets. So you can AI modify a caption like this by typing in what you want to modify here. But there's an additional option where if you have something you commonly want to do, say you want posts to sound a certain way commonly, or you want to, if a post doesn't have specific examples of tips, maybe you want to add tips to a post, whatever you commonly, recurringly want to do with a post, you can add as a snippet. So in this case, let's find, I'm on Markey's account, and this is an agency account, so you might see a few things here that aren't on a normal business account. So I found this post about stop blending in, start standing out, and it talks about 3 ways to stand out, but maybe I want a little bit more specific examples. So we're going to write a modify caption here. Alright, so we said add more specific examples and tips to this post. Now I could just click modify, it would run that AI operation, but I can add it as a snippet. So I can click as save as snippet. You can add a title. This will make it more easy to find later on. So we're going to say add tips and add snippet. So that's a new snippet. It's saved. Now if I go into my AI modify menu and say it didn't already have it filled in, I can click insert snippet, and I have my add tip snippet right there. I can click that, it'll autofill it, and I can click modify. And it will edit the caption to add those tips. Alright, so there you go, it finished. It says 3 ways to stand out, solve one problem better than anyone, and it gives an example if you're in skincare industry, focus on acne treatment, specialize and become the go-to expert. So cool, I'm getting a little bit more specific examples and tips. Now if you want another way you can edit these is by going into business settings. There's a snippet section here, and I can see all my snippets, edit them, delete them, and they just give me go-to ways to edit captions. Now the next thing we'll cover are some other preferences that you can set. So in a post, we covered earlier in a different video how you can quick edit, optimize for all platforms. This will rewrite the post for each social. And you can also resize for all platforms, which will do similarly, but for the design, it will resize the design. If I want to edit how those work, you can go into business settings and set resize preferences here. And so if I want Facebook to be square instead of landscape, or whatever settings I want, I can set those for the resize, and then the optimize prompt, I can edit that here as well. So maybe I want Facebook to be a little bit longer characters. So right now it's suggesting the length is between 1 and 80 characters, but maybe I want long Facebook posts, so I could change that to 400 characters. Or I can reset it back to the base values. Next, we'll cover some more generate options. So if you go into posts, you have your basic generate post button there, but there's also some more options here. Now you can generate with text, you can specify what number of posts you want to generate, and there's a bunch more settings to play around with here. You can choose what themes you want to post with, certain color palette, certain call to actions, and you can also try out our beta generator here. Lots of different things to play around with and check out. Lastly, we're going to look at topics. So topics are best when you organize them into a few categories. Most experts recommend 3 to 5 main categories, content pillars that you're posting on. So here, these are Markey's main categories that we post social media content with. And in here, I can add topics. You have all your normal options, but something I thought I'd mention is a bulk add topics option. In here, you can import a whole batch of topics to your business. So I can go to import using a CSV or even a URL. Maybe I have a blog that kind of talks about the main themes about my website, or my business and how it works, I could add that blog here, and I can choose a category that it goes into. And this is a great way to quickly set up your topics without having to write out each one. Now, one other thing, if you go to your business, you can go to your team, and here you can add team members. I'm in an agency team, so here I can add clients and see which agency team members have access to this account. But if you're in a normal business, you'll also be able to add people to this account, and they'll be able to access all the same business as you, except they won't have some options like settings and some other things. But this team tab is great to know of, and it's how you can add other people to access your same Marquee business account. And that's it for this Pro Tips tutorial video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you learned something you didn't know before. If you ever run into any issues or have any questions, always feel free to reach out to our support. We love hearing from our customers, and we'll see you later.